Hey guys, JD from Best MMA Picks here. And I apologize, but I am actually out of town right now. So I'm kind of doing a weird jury rig setup of our Google Hangouts that we normally do. I'm doing this from my phone actually, so bear with me, and I'm hoping that the quality actually comes through on this. But I'm here to break down the card for UFC 203, Miocic versus Overeem on taking place tomorrow. This is kind of a late video. Tomorrow, Saturday, September 10th at 7 p.m. in Cleveland, Ohio. Stipe Miocic versus Alistair Overeem. The main card, we've got 5 fights. We've got some prelim fights on Fox Sports 1, and we've also got the UFC Fight Pass early prelims, of course, starting at 4 p.m. So it should be pretty good. Pretty excited for this card. It is a pay-per-view card. Not the most stacked card that we have for pay-per-views, but there are some fights. If you follow MMA, there are some really good fights here on this card that I'm actually looking forward to, particularly the matchup between Uriah Faber and Jimmy Rivera. Very much looking forward to that matchup. I think it's going to be a very evenly matched fight. So I'm going to get down straight to business. I'm going to give you kind of a brief explanation on each of my picks for the main card. Then I'm just going to give you my gut picks for the prelims and early prelims. Starting off from the bottom of the main card, we have Joanne Calderwood versus Jessica Andrade. JoJo Calderwood is coming off of an impressive performance against Valerie Letourneau, the Canadian. She's coming in with a record of 11 wins, 1 loss from Scotland. And she's going to be fighting against Jessica Andrade, who is coming off of a win over Jessica Penn. Both of these fighters are, kind of on the forward momentum as far as their wins and losses. And for me, this one, it's going to boil down to volume and the ability to stuff the takedown, or whoever gets control of, the other fighter against the cage. I think Joanne Calderwood's going to have a little bit of an advantage against the cage and with her volume of strikes. So, that's my prediction here. I think Joanne Calderwood's going to come in with another dominant performance. Jessica Andrade is no slouch. She could definitely lock in a submission on the ground. But Joanne Calderwood's actually never been taken down. So I don't see this one in a defeat to Calderwood. So that's my pick for that. Joanne Calderwood to defeat Jessica Andrade by decision. Next fight, Uriah, the California kid, Faber versus Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera is coming in with only 1 loss. And he's coming off of 3-fight winning streak. He's been very impressive. His last win was against Yuri Alcantara. And Uriah Faber's coming off a loss to Dominic Cruz. So, I think Uriah Faber's kind of on the decline here. And I think Rivera is kind of in a position to move himself up in the UFC rankings. I'm going with the new kid on the block here, Jimmy Rivera, Alter. He's going to get the job done. It's going to be a pretty close decision fight. But I think he'll probably get it done by a unanimous decision. He could even get a finish, but I doubt he finishes Faber. So I'm going with unanimous decision victory for Jimmy Rivera. Next fight where we have a lot of controversy is the fight between Mickey Gall and CM Punk. CM Punk's coming in with absolutely no record in the UFC. He is a WWE or WWF fighter or wrestler, kind of a spectacle more than a UFC fight. And but a lot of people are discrediting CM Punk to be able to even compete in MMA, which I disagree. I think Mickey Gall is not a UFC caliber fighter. Some might argue with me on that, but he has absolutely no, really legitimate professional experience. They're just kind of bringing this guy in on bringing both these guys in on silver platters, for the. I think it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest, but I'm not going to, I'm going to play the underdog here. I think that CM Punk actually may have a chance, and get a lot of shit for this one, but they've been promoting the hell out of this guy, and this fight doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, just kind of a weird setup, if you ask me. So I'm gonna take the odds here with CM Punk. I think 4-1 underdog odds. I mean, you can't go wrong there. It's like if both these guys are barely professional, to me, that just kind of screams an upset. So, leave me your comments below on what you think. They've really been promoting this guy hard. UFC tends to promote these guys. They did the same thing with Lesnar with this whole comeback deal. And he ended up winning, and everyone thought Mark Hunt was going to win. What happened there? Nobody was really picking Lesnar, except, a bunch of the WWF fans. But I think that CM Punk, he may have a chance at this one. More than likely, though, everyone's predicting a quick finish by Mickey Gall, but we could see something really weird here. I mean, anytime that you bring in a WWE guy, something always weird tends to happen with an actual legitimate MMA fight. So I don't have any reason for picking that other than the odds and picking Gall, and that's fine. But that's what I think. So moving on. Next fight, Fabricio Werdum versus Travis Brown. This is kind of like the grudge match between the two of these guys. The last matchup between the two of them was, I believe it was a decision that went to Fabricio Werdum with very good boxing and footwork. And he was in his prime before he, got knocked out and stripped of his belt. He made his run. So now Travis Brown's kind of getting a second chance at, defending his dignity with that fight. And I think he actually has a pretty good chance at winning this one with his, with his height advantage, his length advantage. He's been doing a pretty good job managing distance, and he's got really, really good power. Fabricio Werdum, just that last fight where he just got clipped the way that he did, it just has me a little bit worried as far as like his chin is concerned. Although a lot of people are just crediting him for kind of making a mistake there when he was backpedaling. And when he first moved in, actually, and he got countered. But I think that a lot of people are not giving Miocic enough credit on that because he's actually legitimately a really good boxer with really good hands. So Fabricio Werdum just got caught on that one. But I think he also has a chance here to get caught against Brown. But although Brown is not quite as fast and doesn't have quite as good a hands as Stipe, I do believe that he has the power to knock out or at least hurt Fabricio Werdum. So this one's kind of tough for me here, but I am going to go with Travis Brown. He is almost a 2-to-1 underdog, and when you have heavyweights like that are 2-to-1 underdogs that have good power, I like to take those underdogs. So I'm going with Travis Brown to defeat Fabricio Werdum by TKO. Next fight we have, or the main event fight, Stipe Miocic versus Alistair Overeem. And a few things here. We've got Stipe with his good hands and good boxing and footwork. We've got Overeem with some questionable chin issues that have kind of been alleviated with a new strategy and good distance management. So for this fight, I really like Alistair Overeem, actually. The odds are coming in really even, which I think is pretty much correct there. But I do give an advantage on the feet to Overeem with the diversity of strikes. I do give the chin advantage to Stipe. But as with any heavyweight and with the ridiculous power of Overeem, if he connects on any one of his, head kicks or his hands, he's going to probably put Miocic to sleep. There's a good chance there. Miocic's got some good speed and some good boxing and footwork. He's got some good defense with striking. He doesn't make too many mistakes. He's not one of these fighters to make mistakes. He's very methodical in the way that he comes and approaches things with his strategy. I like this one. It's a very even match. I think it's going to be a great fight, but I've got to give this one to Alistair Overeem. I think Jackson's is going to find some holes in Miocic, and they're going to exploit them. And this may be the chance for Overeem to hold the belt at least once. So I'm going with Alistair Overeem to defeat Stipe Miocic by KO. So that about does it for our main card. I'm going to give you my gut picks between Drew Dober and Jason Gonzalez for the early prelims. I'm going with Drew Dober to defeat Jason Gonzalez. I think this one's going to be pretty close, but I think the wrestling's going to get it done here. So I'm going with Drew Dober to defeat Jason Gonzalez by decision. Yancy Medeiros and Sean Spencer. I'm going with Yancy Medeiros to finish Sean Spencer by TKO. CB Dalloway versus Francimar Barroso. I'm going with CB Dalloway to defeat Francimar Barroso by decision. Nick Lentz and Michael McBride. I'm going to go with Nick Lentz to defeat Michael McBride. I'm going to go by decision. Brad Tavares and Kyle Magalhaes. I'm going to go with Brad Tavares to defeat Magalhaes. I'm going to go by decision. And the last fight on Fox Sports 1 prelims, Jessica Evil Eye versus Betch Correia. I'm going to go with Correia to defeat Eye by decision. So that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm sorry this is going to be a short and sweet broadcast. I hope that the quality is coming in okay from my phone here. And I wish you all well with your betting this weekend. Make sure you check out our portal page in the link below in our description. If you're needing a good bookie to go through, 5dimes.us is the way to go. There's a link in our description as well. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We will post a link to this video for a replay, and we will also post all of our official picks, which go on CapperTech. And it's going to be actually in our feed, pinned to the top of our feed. Our Twitter is @BestMMAPicks, all one word. And we also have Instagram @BestMMAPicks. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Once again, sorry that this is a late video. And everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the fights tomorrow night.